Okay, I want to do a quick thought experiment. You're in a class learning to make videos, and you have two options. You can either spend the entire semester making one video and you're only graded on the quality of that video, or you can spend the entire semester making as many videos as possible and be graded on quantity. Which group do you choose?
Have you guys heard of Jake Frew? At least I hope that's how you say his name. I might have just butchered his name. If I did, I apologize. I found him through, I believe it was a Matty Hapoya video. And, I clicked on his channel and I found out he does van life and filmmaking. And I was like, what? That's exactly what I plan on doing in, well, hopefully 6 months' time. It won't just be me, it's going to be me and my entire family, my wife and my 2 kids. That's besides the point. I just stumbled upon his channel and I just started watching through all of his videos because I realized, he did van life while filmmaking. And I just really like his channel. He's a really cool guy. And if you're watching this, dude, you're sick. And as I was scrolling through his videos, watching some of his videos, I came across a video called The Secret Recipe to Master Videography. Yeah, that was right. I had to check. And it really spoke to me.
This is a spin-off of a story in a book called Art and Fear. The authors talk about a ceramics class where the class was divided into 2 groups. The first group was graded purely on the quality of one pot. They had to make the best pot that they possibly could. And the other group was only graded on the quantity of pots, so they just had to crank through as many pots as possible. And the moral of this story was that the group that was busy on making as many pots as they possibly could not only made a lot of pots, but also made consistently better pots than the group that was trying to make the best pot possible.
It's so easy to get obsessed with camera gear and specs and all the latest new inventions to make our videos and our production just look insane. While I think it's totally acceptable to strive for better gear, better content, and bettering your knowledge in the field, we have to remember that it doesn't come first. What always has and what always will come first is your message and your story. As cliche as that sounds, it is so true.
It's easy to be so hard on ourselves to want to make the highest quality possible that we lose sight of the creative process.
When you get out in the field and you use your creativity, that's what's going to give you success. Creativity should always come first, not the gear. Creativity, your imagination imagination makes up this world. Anything you've seen, it had to be thought up first. There was no gear to support it. We had to think of the gear. Let the gear complement your story and enhance your story. Don't ever rely on the gear to tell the story. While I think it's super important to keep learning and educating yourself on your craft, content creating and all that, don't let it get to a point where it actually hinders you. You watch so much stuff and you feel like there's just too much you consumed, and then you end up not doing anything and you end up not feeling good enough. So there's a time and a place for consuming knowledge, but once you consume that knowledge, I recommend putting it into practice instead of consuming the next bit of knowledge. And I know, trust me, I get to that point quite often. I get to the point where I'm watching too many people's videos, too many tutorials, and then I feel like I start comparing myself with them, and then I feel like my craft is just not good enough, and it becomes hindering. You stop creating stuff. Luckily, I have a stubborn mentality, so I kick back pretty fast. I'm like, you know what? Screw that. I'm gonna keep creating, and I'm gonna keep doing what I love for myself, not to compare to other people, but because I love doing it. And honestly, I think that's the only true way to actually succeed at something, is to truly love it. And no matter what, no matter how many people you see doing it, no matter how many people are better than you, you just do it because you love it. And I truly believe that's how you become successful, whether it's YouTube or anything you do in life. Never sacrifice story for a beautiful shot. There are so many beautiful movies out there that look so stunning, but tell a very poor story. It has a lack of an emotional impact. Therefore, people will associate that with being a bad movie when, the cinematography might have been beautiful and there'd been a lot of work put into that, visually, but if the story wasn't there, it's automatically written off as a bad movie. No one really ever comes out of a movie saying it was a great movie because it looked so beautiful. I mean, sure, there are beautiful movies out there, and well, let me correct myself. Every movie out there is beautiful and shot amazing for the most part, unless you're watching like Sharknado or something. That was just Does that still exist? My point is they have the top of the top gear, the top of the top cinematographers, And if it doesn't have the story, the movie goes down the drain. For a movie or any kind of content to be good, it needs to play the right strings and the right chords in people's heart and impact them in the right way, in a relatable way, or in a way that just gets those emotions flowing. And I feel like that's what Jake's video did for me, and it inspired me to create this video to elaborate even more on what he was saying. And Jake, if you're watching this, you're really rad, and I hope to meet you one day. I have a lot of family that lives in SoCal. Actually, I'm from Southern California. I think that's where you are van lifing. I don't know. I've watched some of your videos, so hopefully one day I get to collaborate with you or meet you or just shake your hand, because you're rad and I think what you're doing is totally epic. And also, I had no idea that somebody else was a filmmaker also doing van life. So that it's very inspiring to watch your videos, because that's what I'll be doing in a half a year's time, hopefully. All right, that's gonna wrap up this video. I'll link Jake's channel down below. Super rad, van life, filmmaking, makes awesome stuff. Minimalist, super solid, rad guy. So I recommend checking him out, subscribe to him. And if you enjoyed this video, maybe hit the subscribe button here. I would greatly appreciate it, because I have a lot of cool things coming ahead. All right, guys, thanks so much. Love you all. Peace.
Those are the people that are going to be better at video, the people that are out there making a video as often as possible. They're going to get better at it. They're going to learn every time they make a video. They're going to make mistakes. A lot of them are going to be really bad. Some of them are going to be really good. But the amount you're going to learn with that method, as opposed to worrying about getting the highest quality right away, it just makes perfect sense.